All right, guys. Joe McDonough for Cage Side Press here with the hard-hitting hillbilly himself, Mr. Kevin
It's
Croom.
Crash, man. That's old. That's old news, man. Come on, say the right nickname.
I know, but I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I mean for sure, but it's old news.
I was just seeing if we could bring it back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is still my nickname, but it's not my nickname for fighting anymore.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Crash, tell us about this outfit.
Man, I just got it last night in a gift exchange, and I just felt like, hey, this is the best thing to do.
I love it. Before we get into everything, about you and everything you've got going on, let's talk about last night. I mean, or yesterday afternoon, whatever. But I mean, just thoughts on it. I mean, Max Holloway
poetry in motion, man. Amazing. It made me want to go to the gym. I will 100% be that good someday. 100%, man. Yeah, man, like I said, poetry in motion. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't even. That's perfect words to describe it, because I don't even know if there's are good enough words to describe what happened last night. As someone who, I'm a New Englander. I was rooting for Calvin. I love Max, but I was rooting for Calvin, and to see someone do that to Calvin is,
I actually said, I got asked in like 5 interviews who I was going, and I said, man, I mean, I hate to go against Max, but I think maybe Cater has the power to put him away. And I mean, I love Max, one of my favorite fighters, but I really kind of thought, hey, Cater's the man. He has power, and man, he was taking all those shots and still chucking hard. I mean, spectacular for sure. You can't take anything away from that guy. The fact that he made it 5 rounds, that's just fucking amazing. Like, I can't believe it. But man, like, I mean, we just saw the best to ever do it. Like, that guy, god damn.
Yeah.
I'm still in awe.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly think I'm gonna watch that fight every day, waking up for the rest of my days. Like, it's just amazing, man.
I love that. And I mean, I've probably watched that sequence of him yelling that he's the greatest boxer in the UFC while dodging Cater, who, like you just said, is one of the most powerful guys at 45.
Bro,
dodging those.
At the announcers. He's looking at the announcers saying, "I'm a freshman. Oh my god, that shit. Oh man,
insanity. Well, let's jump into you, man. I think that's a great training camp method to wake up every morning and watch that Max Holloway fight, or maybe even just that sequence of, I'm a freshman, I'm the best boxer in the world. Because I mean, I wanted to run through a brick wall. So I mean, it may be the best, but you've got a big fight coming up, Alex Caceres. I mean, talk to us about this. How excited are you for this fight?
I'm incredibly excited. This is the fight I asked for. So, I mean, it's great, man. I mean, I think it's an excellent fight for me. I think my fighting style just kind of lines up very well to beat him. Not only that, I've been a fan of his for a while. He's been in the game for a long time. He's got a good name, and I believe I just had a really spectacular debut, and I think coming in there and taking out somebody with the name that just, puts me one step closer to superstardom, and that's where I'm going.
Especially with what Caceres has done. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. Like you said, big names, fought some of the best, and to have you derail that whole, hype of that 3-fight win streak would be huge. I mean, obviously the huge win over Roosevelt Roberts, you're a short notice fight. And then the no contest. Just a couple days ago, it came out that now the whole weed marijuana testing thing isn't going to be a big deal anymore. I mean, what's your take on all of that? You had to sit out for 4 months.
Man, I've answered this question so many times. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter because it's the state commission. USADA never had a problem with it. USADA's cool. It doesn't matter. It's the state commission. So unless Nevada state changes, it doesn't matter at all. I mean, hopefully this is the first step to getting that to change. But, like, still, man, it doesn't matter, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, like, that's cool. But, like, it doesn't mean anything, So whatever. As far as the no contest, shit, I'll never consider a no contest.
Yeah.
That shit's on ESPN. We all saw me knock him out. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I got paid. My confidence is up. I bet he doesn't feel like it's no contest. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
whatever, man. It's just all semantics for me.
And when I talked to James Krause on my Coach's Corner podcast, he had talked about how he had all of his guys, including you, ready. I mean, he said, pack a bag, put it in the car. One day we're getting that call. We're not stopping at home. You're going right to the airport. He told me that with you guys went straight to the airport. I mean, just talk to me about having your UFC debut in a year like 2020 where, I mean, the world is a shit show, essentially.
Yeah, man. Well, when this whole thing started, he said, in crisis, there's opportunity, and you stay in the gym, you stay ready. And so, I mean, that man is my preacher. MMA is my religion, and that man's my preacher. I listen to everything he says. And, I mean, thankfully so, because listening to him got me where I am. So, yeah, I mean, man, I mean, it's the dream come true, obviously. I got to the airport and asked him, hey, who am I fighting? He started cracking up, and I mean, it didn't matter, you know, and fuck, man, it just all worked out like destiny, you know. It's
Absolutely,
crazy.
yeah. And I was going to ask you about, you know, having a full camp to prepare for Caceres, but essentially you had a full camp because you were just in camp mode, right? You know, with staying ready. It didn't matter who you were fighting; you were just ready to fight someone.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've technically been in camp since like a week after that last fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in the gym on Monday, the next day, you know, yeah, man. I mean, I stay ready. This is what we do. We are a blue collar work team. Everybody in our gym works their fucking ass off every day. And if you don't, you're going to get kicked off the team. James Krause does not play that shit, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, I've been ready. I've been waiting. Yeah. Like, I mean, obviously I had to wait because of this suspension, but, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It's nice. It's nice. By far the longest training camp I've ever had. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I mean, it's cool.
And, you know, I got off the phone the other day with a buddy of mine from over here in Boston, Don Chianis, who's now with you guys, who had given me a call and said, I mean, he just went on and raved about Glory. He's been there, you know, at this point, 3 or 4 weeks, whatever, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But just, I mean, raving, you know, your name about training with you, training with James, training with, I mean, Jason Witt, all of these guys just, I mean, he's like, I've been there for 2.5 weeks and I've learned more than I've learned my whole life in MMA. I mean, so talk to us about Glory. I mean, like you said, it's a blue collar workforce, gym, everything. But I mean, there's something special in the water there.
Yeah, I mean, it all stems from James, man. James is, I mean, he's the best coach out there. He's one of the most gangster motherfuckers there is. And, I mean, he's a genius when it comes to this shit. Like, I mean, we've been fighting close to about the same time. I think he started fighting about 6 months or so before me. And, I mean, just makes me feel like an idiot when he starts talking about stuff. He talks about things I've never thought of, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a get in there and do it type of guy, and that motherfucker's a thinker. And I am so blessed to have him be on my team, man. And I'm obviously him being my coach, and our friendship and relationship has completely changed my life. And man, I'm just so thankful.
And to have, you know, a guy like James Krause, who is one of the best coaches in MMA right now, but he's, you know, it's almost like weird that we forget, and, you know, not that we forget, but just it goes to the back of the mind that he's still a UFC contender right now. I mean, you know, he essentially puts his own fight game on pause, coaches, then, you know, when it's time for him to fight, all this stuff. I mean, how crazy is that?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, and it's really awesome to be able to see the moves he just showed me last week work at the high level. You know, like, you got to be able to trust your coach. You got to be able to trust everybody. Like, when you're in there and he's yelling something, you know, like there's a lot of trust back, you know, behind that. And like, the man just earns all of the trust. Like, I see what he's doing work. And so, I mean, it's just easy to believe in him. And, you know, like I said, man, I'll do anything he says till the day I die, you know, like he's amazing.
And, you know, talk to me about this matchup with Caceres. Where do you see this fight going? What areas do you see that you can beat him? Do you think you can beat him in all areas?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think I'm the better fighter. I mean, I think we're probably a little bit closer in the stand up striking. You know, I mean, he's good at what he does. He's a really good counter striker. He's like kind of got that ghetto boxing, moves his head way back, a lot of movement, which I mean, I also move a lot. You know, I think once I get a hold of him and once we're touching each other, I don't really think it's close. I think I'm much better on the ground, much better in the clinch. You know, so I mean, it's a great fight for me. It's a great fight for the fans. It's going to be good, and yeah, man. I mean, I plan on going out there and finding them with my hands, and if I finish it on the ground or if I finish it with the hands, you know, it is what it is. It's going to get finished in 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm. And is that fight? I could be wrong here. That fight has no location as of yet. We don't know if it's Abu Dhabi or Vegas.
It is in Vegas.
Oh, it is in Vegas.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Well, so I was gonna ask for a prediction. You just said in the second round, so I'll skip that one. I'm pumped for this fight. I do want to talk about, like you said, you got a, you know, you're giving predictions on the Holloway fight and everything. What's your prediction for this Saturday for Poirier McGregor?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is like one of those things where it's like, what I want to happen, I don't think will happen. I mean, I love Poirier. I think he's a phenomenal human being. He's an amazing fighter. He has, you know, been around the block. He's a vet of the vets. Like, he's an amazing person. I would like him to win. I do not think that'll happen. I believe if they both show up at 100%, I mean, I think if the McGregor who fought Eddie Alvarez shows up, I mean, I don't really think anybody in the division's beating him. You know, despite maybe Khabib. And like honestly, what in the fight that we saw versus Khabib, like none of us really kind of respected what he did, because we hadn't seen what Khabib went on to do. The way he went on to handle everybody else, kind of put McGregor in a better light. You know. What he was able to do. I mean, obviously he went out there and got finished, but I mean, yeah, dude, I think if he shows up 100%, that's a bad motherfucker, and that's hard to beat. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going for McGregor.
Yeah. And you know, like you said, it's hard to know which McGregor is showing up, but when he is in that full 110%, you know, fighting mode, it's hard for anyone to beat him. Well, Kevin, that's all I've got for you, man. I appreciate the time, and I look forward to, you know, the end of February with you and Caceres in the cage.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.